following is a presentation of Main Street Media, your source for news, sports, and information on Main Street in Middle Tennessee.
Welcome in, everybody. I'm Devin O'Day, and we have got such a fun show. Oh my gosh. We're going to be talking, fingers crossed, Twitty and Lynn's new video out today, July 8th, and there's a special story behind that. We are not going to play the video because they're going to be on CMT today. So I don't want to interfere with the debut, but promise you, I'll play it next week for you. And we've got another young lady named Kimberly Dawn we're going to meet. We're going to talk with my friend Jean Garcia over at Adult and Teen Challenge, Heartland Adult and Teen Challenge in Murfreesboro, doing great things and helping people. I want to find out a little bit about what they do as far as activities and what's it like when you enter a recovery program. Recovery is a big part of our show. We talk about it all the time. There's always hope. If you don't get separated from the herd and think that you're doing it all by yourself, you can really get some good help out there. We're going to talk about Farmin Friday. We got our friends from Farm Credit MidAmerica. They're part of our show each and every day. But first, we're going to send you, got 2 weekends left, this weekend and next weekend. Last chance to see NightVisions at the Nashville Zoo.
Yes, we love nighttime at the zoo. It is just such a different atmosphere, such a whole different vibe with your friends and family. And we have NightVisions that started last week, and it will be here till the end of July. And NightVisions, we describe it as a mind-bending, dreamlike experience. It's kind of your experiencing different light shows paired with unique music and just something like you've never seen before. Most of our animals are in their nighttime quarters and they're sleeping for the evening. However, we do have our flamingos that will be out for the duration of the event, the entire time it's running. And we also have our Unseen New World exhibit, which is home to our reptiles, amphibians, some mammals that will be open about an hour into the time of NightVisions. We start about 7:15, 7:30, and it ends about 10:30, but it will get even later into July. We'll stay open until about 11:30. We do have adult beverages. We have beverage carts along the path as guests are strolling, checking out all those cool night shows, our night scenes. You can get beer, margarita, and some seltzers and just have a good time. We have our food carts open, available for snacks like pretzels and popcorn, and we do have our dining options available as well. So admission to NightVisions is $19 for kiddos and $23 for teens and adults.
Also going on this weekend, the Sunflower Festival. It is a kick. It is in Robertson County. That's Springfield, Tennessee at Red River Farm. You go to Facebook and go Sunflower Festival. It'll pop right up in the events. It'll tell you how to get there. You can pick as many sunflowers as you want that can fit into a mason jar, and you pay per mason jar. Pretty cool. They have areas set up for photos. It's just so much fun. That's the Sunflower Festival in Springfield, Tennessee. Go on this weekend, start today. It's going to be a hot one, but you know what? Who doesn't get, we always say with the humidity is good for your skin. I tell you what's good for within, and that is my friend, Jean Garcia. We're going to talk a little recovery really quickly. Jean Garcia from Adult and Teen Challenge. And, you know, how are you? It's a good weekend, huh?
Yeah, how are you today? Thank you.
You know, I was working with a team of people in recovery this not too long ago.
Okay.
Last week, I just met them, and they were from out of state, and there's a recovery from out of state, and they came into town to do some work at some. There's a group, and it's a church group, and they came in and they were working some volunteer positions at some of the area festivals and nonprofits. So what got me thinking, when they go to Adult and Teen Challenge, Heartland Adult and Teen Challenge, Murfreesboro, Clarksville, Memphis, what are some of the activities when someone goes to recovery? Because when someone joins recovery, they don't even know sometimes, what does that look like?
Yeah, it is a culture shock too, I would say for most, not just for a little, because it's not what they expect it to be. So, at the program, there's going to be classes that teach life coping skills and biblical principles that are, a requirement. You just can't opt out of it. There's church and chapel services, and it's not just one or two. There's chapel service at the program on Monday. Then on Wednesday, there's another service which is called prayer school every Wednesday that emphasizes on prayer. And then on Friday, another chapel service, and those are outside speakers that come in and speak. And then they go to church on Sunday, sometimes twice, then church on Wednesday night. And then they have, like I mentioned, they also have the groups that help them. Then they have an advisor that will work with them one-on-one to address things that have been tormenting them. As long as they're transparent and open about it, faults, abuse, no matter what it is, they have an opportunity to speak to someone and get that off their chest.
I always say that those are the programs that deal with the horse thief. Okay. You know what happens when you sober up a horse thief? You have a sober horse thief. You got to deal with the thief part. You got to deal with the thing that's stealing your spirit along with the substance, right?
Yeah. And that's the truth. And that's when I was in the program, I tell this story. I told it plenty of times. The biggest thing, I remember sitting there and I'm reading a book and it has biblical concepts in it, but it was talking about selfishness and being self-centered. And I'm reading this and the Holy Spirit's letting me know gently, that's you. And that's a hard thing to grasp, especially when you think that you're quote unquote this great person and that you're doing everything that you could help. And when you're being confronted with why you did what you did in the past, the motive behind it, wow, I'm really not that good of a person that I think I am. And then I'm like, wow, I'm really, in the program, I'm really self-centered. I'm selfish. And I remember speaking to a mentor on the phone. I said, am I selfish? And the person got real quiet. And I was, they didn't want to, at that moment, because they're really trying to stay in tune to what God wants them to do. And they were told to handle me with kid gloves. So they hesitated in the phone call. And I knew right there, that's a yes.
But it's something, it's all part of the process to get us through. Now, I want to talk a little bit about the joy. There's a joy in the journey that, okay, when you first start giving up the substance, it's not fun. There's nothing fun about that when you first start, but there's a joy that increases day by day by day by day. Let's talk a little bit about the joy story so that people can understand that there's hope there, and that when does the joy start kicking in little bit by little bit?
For me, when I went through the program, when I started realizing that I didn't need a drug to get through the day, when I didn't need to live that lifestyle, that those lies that I thought were truth were really lies, and that there is true freedom only found in Jesus Christ. And that's the only way to get free and stay free is through Jesus Christ. I remember, we were out one time fundraising in the program, and I was out there for quite some time. And it just, got one of them aha moments. And I was like, wow, I'm doing this. I'm doing this. And I haven't taken anything for, I don't know how long. I'm doing this program. I'm memorizing scriptures. I'm doing things that I thought there was no way to be able to be done. I'm passing these tests. I'm getting through each day. I'm waking up early every morning. I'm functioning. I'm not sick no more. And like you said, when you start realizing that, the person actually starts to realize that they don't have to live like that, and there is a way out. And it's mind blowing. Even to this day, it's still, and then you learn, like you said, the joy of the Lord is your strength. And then you learn that, the enemy comes to steal, kill, and destroy, and he wants to steal people's joy, because if he steals the joy of the Lord from them, he steals their strength. So then in the program, they learn how to be mindful of these things and be alert and be observant. And in the Bible also says, be sober minded, because the enemy goes around like a prowling lion to see whom he may devour, destroy, depending on what verse of the version of the
Seek,
Bible.
kill, and destroy. There you go. That's it. Yes.
And, we learn these things, and it's such a wonderful thing. I don't need these things to get through the day. I don't need to go destroy my life on a weekend, go to jail, and try to function the rest of the week feeling like garbage. Or that's how it started with me.
Well, let's talk about the number to call. It's 1-833-462-8286. We're going to leave this number up here, and that's why we leave our shows up. If you miss this number and you go, hey, later this afternoon, wherever you're watching this, it'll be up. And so you can rewatch it, and that number stays up, 1-833-462-8286. You do not have to live in Clarksville or Murfreesboro or Memphis to go to this program. There are all sorts of things that you can find out, but just make the call. Ask Jean about it. Maybe you're a mom and you've got a child and you've been praying for that child and you need some help. And speaking of praying, we got our friends at Experience Church in Murfreesboro that helped make this segment possible. So a big shout out to Experience Church and all the good that they're doing in Murfreesboro.
Amen. Yes, they're a huge blessing. Thank God for that church.
Amen.
And if I could just touch real quick what we spoke about the last time, real briefly, just pick up that heavy phone like that the last time. That 500-pound phone, it's worth it. You may have got scared hearing about some of the things that happened in the program, but with Christ, you could do it.
Amen. That is so good. Well, I appreciate you spending some time with us. And you know what? I'm just praying that everybody gets a chance to go to this program that needs it, but really want to help everybody. Thank you so much, Jean. You take care. All right.
All right.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
As a farmer-owned cooperative, we continuously look for ways to serve our customers' needs, from ensuring convenient access to operating lines of credit to providing the tools you need to manage your operation.
That's why we're introducing enhancements to the Farm Credit MidAmerica Disbursement Card Program.
Disbursement cards allow eligible customers to pay for the supplies you need to operate your business with a designated MasterCard.
Simply swipe at the checkout for the supplies you need for your operation. The transaction automatically posts your operating line of credit, saving you time and allowing you to get back to business of running your farm.
And because we know that a little extra cash goes a long way, we've introduced a 1.5% cashback reward on every purchase made with a disbursement card from Farm Credit MidAmerica.
To learn more about Farm Credit MidAmerica and how we are uniquely positioned to serve you, stop by one of our retail offices or visit e-farmcredit.com to learn more.
I got my three besties on the I got everybody there.
I don't have my glasses on. This is going to be fun.
you don't have to.
I can't believe Trey's up.
Trey is up and Taylor's up. This is a big old day. This is a big old day for y'all.
Yes.
I want to.
Our video.
I want to hear all about it. So I want to make sure I get the whole view of everybody. Okay, Taylor's at the farm. We just talked about farming, and we talked to our friend Jean about recovery. Now we're going to talk about the other side of that, and it is the good stuff of having a brand new video. Twitty and Lynn. I was with y'all out at Hurricane Mills this past weekend. Oh my God, what a party.
So much fun. We had a blast. 3 million people out here. That's right. 3 million people came this weekend. It was so fun. It's so fun to perform with the family. And Joni came out. Joni Twitty came, Conway's daughter. my aunts and my dad came out to sing, and we just had a blast.
Now, Trey, you were trying to tell me the whole story of the significance of July 8th and
Right.
why releasing this song, I'm on Fire. Yes, the Springsteen classic, and how that came to be. Do you want to start the story and let Taylor finish it?
I
Sure.
like telling the whole story.
I know you do.
Well,
Let's start with Trey.
we used to ride around Canada when we first got started. We listened to 80s rock and 80s country all the time. We'd go back and forth from, Aerosmith, Motley Crue, Poison to John Conley, Conway, Alabama, whoever,
Mm-hmm.
We were listening to some 80s rock, and I'm on Fire came on, and Taylor goes, my mom loved that song when I was a kid. We always sang it. And I said, that would be a cool duet, I think. Because of the storyline, it'd be a cool duet. We should do that. And then we got back, did our first ranch show, and her mom passed away the next morning of after doing our first ranch show. So we just said this should be our first release, should be dedicated to her mother and for inspiring that song. So that's what we did.
Taylor, I love the picture that you paint when you talk about riding around with your mama singing this song. Would you share a little bit of that with us?
Oh, I mean, that was just what we did. Mama never stayed still. So and she still had a crush on my daddy my whole life. So we would traipse the roads, going 40 from Franklin, Tennessee up to Waverly all the time, or down south to Panama City Beach. I don't know where we got the money to go on so many vacations at the beach, but we did it. And that's what we did. We sang and we laughed and we rode around in her Firebird. And those are my best memories of her, or dancing off the bed and all the tables at home. And so I'm on Fire was just one of those songs, it's got that, I can't do it right now, but that like hoo thing in it, where we would just belt it, me and my brother and my mama at the top of our lungs. Like that was between that and In the Jungle. We were, it was those. We liked any part with the ooh in it. So,
I love it. And when Trey said, hey, we should do this as a duet, how did that hit your heart?
Anytime Trey and I agree on anything, I'll just say it's a miracle. First of all, for us to pick a song that we both like is amazing, because that was so exciting. And for us, after she passed away, for him to be like, we really should. Now we have to do that. And then to do it. And it was his idea to release it today. And so I think that's the stuff about Trey that makes me want to cry, kind of, that people don't see. And that's really where our like sibling love comes from now, is that he cares so much about those little things. And he was with me when I found out my mom passed away. We landed in Detroit, headed to Canada, and he was with me, and he knows those moments, and he's lived them with me, and he's very sensitive, and just not a lot of people know it. So it hits my heart deeply for that to have been his idea and not my idea, because I'm an egomaniac, so I'll take everything and make it about me. But for him to have done that was explosive in my heart.
Trey, I have to tell you that is a very Conway move.
Oh.
Conway had the gift of hearing a song that was on rock radio or pop radio and said, I can do that. That'll be a country song.
Yeah.
That was so him. And for him to hear that, I'm going, and Conway found songs for everybody else to record too.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like the torch got passed to you in this whole thing.
Well, thank you. I hope so. That's a good torch. He did Heartache Tonight. He did that country version of Heartache Tonight by the Eagles. He did Slow Hand, obviously, The Rose. He did a couple of others, but he was a rock guy originally, so he has that ear for rock songs, and he just has an ear for any great song, actually, like you mentioned. So, yeah, I just when it came on, I just heard her and I doing it, and that's what we got. Scott Baggett, our producer, came up with a great arrangement, and he got the idea immediately, and he made it happen for us.
Well, y'all got a great fan club. People are jumping in here. Jennifer and Elizabeth, EB, of course.
Yeah.
and
We have
Linda.
fans in the world. There were so many devoted Loretta and Conway. There's so many devoted Loretta and Conway fans. And we've been so blessed to have them sort of come over to us, but it's great because they're not going to stick around if they don't like you. They're hardcore. They will call you out good or bad. So it's great to have a tribe like that behind us.
And what I love too is that you have this core of singing Mima and Poppy's songs. You have this core. This is what we do, and making sure that everybody knows it's not impersonation, it is tribute, and that there's a huge difference. But you have to expand what you do. And that's the cool thing, is that you guys have discovered now you've got a yours, mine, and ours, because Taylor, you've got your solo stuff. And Trey, when does your solo project come out?
Actually, I just finished the last part of it yesterday. I went to Cash Cabin and recorded some. The album is 3 parts. I did 4 songs, rockabilly songs at Sunrise. I did 4 R&B rock type songs at Fame and Muscle Shoals. Yesterday, I did 4 outlaw country Southern rock songs at Cash Cabin. So it's kind of like just a celebration of Southern music that I grew up on, that I love so much, and just kind of like that Muscle Shoals, Nashville, Memphis connection, triangle of great music. So that's kind of the concept of the record, is just like those 3 areas and the music that came out of those 3 areas, So, but we just finished the 4 tracks yesterday for the outlaw country Southern rock portion of it. So I'm not sure what date it'll be out, but in the next couple of months, probably, I'm sure.
We'll keep watching, because it's going to be great. I just know it is. And Taylor, you've been a writing machine. How often are you writing songs now? So you're not just recording songs in the past. You are really working on your writing too.
I'm working on it. Trey gets on to me all the time because I don't write nearly enough, but I love to write. Trey and I have been writing a lot with Mark Narmore, who's just incredible. Love About Sundays and Moon Over Georgia. Like, he's so perfect for us, and he is my favorite co-writer. I mean, we just get it. So we have been writing a lot, and we have 4 songs, originals, that Trey and I are gonna record with our producer Scott Baggett. And but I love writing other stuff too, which you helped me on some stuff yesterday, so I appreciate that.
Look, I go back and forth. I love writing in any form. That's why I loved writing the article that came out today. If you want, everybody subscribe to Main Street Nashville. That article came out today about Twitty and Lynn. It's just the way they hit me every time I'm around them and their music. It's almost so emotional when I see you sing live, because there's so much chemistry of Conway and Loretta, who I always say I love more than lunch and jewelry. There has to be a bigger category for Conway and Loretta for me, because it's just so, I'm that weird fan who probably I've been watching since I was 7 years old, walking around, just following everything they ever did. So I wrote the article from the fan perspective, and why everybody is leaving comments. You guys keep leaving the comments on this show, because they're really precious. And you guys, after the show, you can go and see how everybody just loves y'all.
Well, thank you so much. And Mima adores you, and she loved that you came out and emceed for us on Saturday night, and she sends her love, and you do so much for us, Devin. Thank you so much.
Well, you are so welcome. And I will tell you, love to Loretta, and thank you, Loretta and Conway, for this incredible legacy that was left, so someone can step in and keep these songs alive, because that's the deal, is you guys stepped up and are keeping them alive. So that the thing that got me was the number. There were babies and toddlers and little kids and old people. I mean, we're talking old people.
Yeah.
And the whole thing in between, they were all there. Every seat was full. Everybody was singing and dancing around it. It was, wow.
Well, it's like people grow up on this music, They're like, a grandmother will have a daughter who will have a daughter, and they'll all listen to Loretta and Conway. So like, we'll get the 3 generations of people that come to the shows because of the grandmother started it, right? The daughter, now the great granddaughters continuing it. So it's just like we get from 8 to 80 at our shows.
It really is. It truly is that, and all points in between. And because this is I'm on Fire and it's a Springsteen song, I don't want anything to hit me with a copyright on that. So, and I know that you guys are seeing it on CMT. It is airing today. So you got your debut on CMT, and I'm not going to do anything to pee on that tree. I just said that out loud. I'm a little bit country, so that will come out. I'm not going to mess that up for you, but I will say everybody needs to see that because it is a sexy video.
Thank you.
Ooh, girl.
Steve Condon was the director on that. He does all the Old Dominions videos. He did all the Break Up with Him and the other ones that. But he was nominated for CMA Director of the Year a few times. So that was his vision for the song.
And you paid homage to the source. You go back to the Stone Pony in New Jersey to film it.
Yeah, that was great. That was a really good experience for Taylor and I. They were so nice to us and accommodating and love what we did. And we got to walk around the Asbury Park and Wildwood, New Jersey, and just all that area where it all came from, you know.
Well, I can't tell everybody enough. Just go to CMT. Okay, I'm going to tell you, y'all got a reason to watch CMT now because it's got Twitty and Lynn on it.
Posted on our Facebook page today too. You can see it on there if you want a sneak peek.
Okay, sneak peek. Facebook page for Twitty and Lynn. Follow on socials. Mm-hmm.
Yep. I think Ray just woke up, so he'll
I did just wake up.
Brief all my, critique all of my getting it up there correctly with all the right links and hashtags and stuff.
Because you can't, you know what? It's so fun.
Listen, I stood there and put on Meemaw's fur coat for the video.
Are you serious? Are you wearing Dad's at hers?
That's Meemaw's. Yeah.
That's a great coat.
Yeah.
I love all the story behind the story behind the story. That is so cool.
So many little things about it. It's hard to add everything, but yes, I raided Meemaw's closet for everything important. I just go and raid the vault. And so far, yes. So I'm just trying to get all my yeses in, right here in these little things we're doing.
Okay, I got to ask you before we get out of here. Opry debut. How cool was that?
It was my second time in the building. My first time was when they put Poppy in the Hall of Fame in '99, and I sat in the very top row of the Opry, and that was my second time in the building being on the stage. So it was kind of a surreal moment for me, going from the top of the back row to the stage the next time.
And I know that Meemaw picked out the outfit that you wore, Taylor, right?
I tried on everything she had, and that little jumpsuit was the one that she screamed that I had to wear. And I had her with me in my pocket the whole time. It was very spiritual. I was so full of gratitude. I mean, I just kept thanking her and Jesus, Loretta and Jesus the whole time that I was standing there doing what
There's actually a song title.
It's so funny. Did you just see? I just went ding, Loretta and it went right up there. Okay, if y'all are songwriters who watch this show, and I know y'all do, don't be writing that down. That's Taylor's idea, and Trey and Taylor are going to do that with Mark Narmore.
Yeah, you're coming in on it, D.
Hey, I'll go do that. Mark Narmore is one of my favorite co-writers too. I just love him.
He's amazing guy, amazing talent.
Well, you guys have a great rest of your day. I'm so excited, but I want everybody to know that they're going to be able to see the televised version on Circle Television of your Opry debut. Do you have a date on that? I forgot.
Yeah. July 18th.
Oh, so that's coming right up.
Yeah.
10 days from now.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're excited. Really cute. We watched it, and it was adorable. Aunt Joni and my dad are on it too. So it just sort of, it is cool.
Oh, so anybody who wants to see Circle Television, this very special debut of Twitty and Lynn on the Opry stage, you can see that July 18th, July 8th. This is the day, and it is Happy Heavenly Homecoming Day to your mama.
Thank you.
And I know she's dancing right now, and I know if she's looking at that video, we're gonna sing loud enough that she can hear us. And she's gonna sing loud enough we can hear her.
Amen, sister.
Yeah.
Y'all have a beautiful rest of your day. Okay.
Thank you.
All right. Bye-bye. Well, I'm going to say goodbye to my friends, and thank you, Trey, for getting up so early. I appreciate it. You can't get up earlier than Taylor. Taylor gets up really early because she's on a farm. We're going to send you to Gatlinburg real quick, and when we come back, we're going to talk to another singer-songwriter that's just fantastic.
Hey everybody, I'm Cara Hogan, and I'm the Executive Director of the Gatlinburg Songwriters Festival. The Gatlinburg Songwriters Festival is a 3-day music event in and around Gatlinburg and the Smoky Mountains, August 18 through 21. The festival is all around Gatlinburg and surrounding areas. There are free performances with 100 #1 hit songwriters and artists on stages like Old Red, Skylift Park, Old Smoky, the Gatlinburg Inn, Park Vista, and many more, including the new Shine Shack. The Gatlinburg Songwriters Festival is made up of over 25 #1 hit songwriters. We also have selected songwriters from all levels. Some are new to songwriting, others have 5, 10 CDs. They're playing all over the city, and you can actually sit down and get to know your favorite songwriter, the story behind the song. So if you're interested in songwriting, you can actually set up a workshop with a hit songwriter and learn the craft from the ground up. We do have free songwriting events throughout the city every day. There are a few that are paid. Some of those you can reach if you're a member. Membership includes newsletter and perks, discounts. All of those things are available if you're a member, and you can find out about membership at www.gatlinburgsongwriters.com. One of the greatest things about the Gatlinburg Songwriters Festival is that you can sit down with songwriters like Tony Arata, who wrote The Dance for Garth Brooks, or Steve Dean, who wrote Watching You for Rodney Atkins. Last year we had Shane Stevens, who was here with the song Fancy Like, which was an Applebee's ad, and it went #1 during the festival. You could be right there with those songwriters and hear the backstory of where those songs came from. Other songwriters include Will Nance, Brady Seals, Pete Salas, Jerry Salley. We have Brian White, Danny Wells, Karen Williams, and we also have local favorite Bobby Tomberlin, who's performed here for years and years at Crystal Creek. He wrote One More Day by Diamond Rio. So plan your trip today for August 18 through 21, 2022 to Gatlinburg to visit the Gatlinburg Songwriters Festival. See you there.
Speaking of songs, you know how in an interview we have these song ideas, and okay, Linda goes, "Oh, Loretta and Jesus," and Elizabeth, "Loretta and Jesus," and Angie goes, "Loretta and Jesus," and then goes, "Oh, that could be a song." You guys are right on it. I told you, we have the best viewers in the whole wide world here, and you guys follow and you subscribe and you share, and it is always a joy to have you guys on with us. And I couldn't get to all the comments and put you all on and do all the shout outs because there's so many of you, but we thank you for being part of this show, and we appreciate you sharing. Hey, we're about to meet a young lady named Kimberly Dawn. My friend Kent Wells produces her. I love Kent Wells. I love his productions. They're just fantastic. So I let you know a little bit about her.
My heart was always in the country world. I loved country music, and those songs, just the music, the lyrics is really what pulls you into country music. I think it's the storytelling. So I wanted to be able to do that with my music. I want to be able to just connect with people. And so this new music that I'm doing right now in this new project, I should say, it's really finding that sound that kind of makes me different from all the other country artists too. I want that to be, oh, that's Kimberly Dawn. Just by whether it's the music, hearing just the music, or the first words that come out of my mouth, they're like, oh, that's Kimberly Dawn, without even having to look. Hi, I'm Kimberly Dawn. Be sure to check out my project releases.
for coloring my bloodshot eyes. It knows me better than I know myself. Right now I'm wishing I was someone else. Look at me, I'm standing on my knees, praying, and all I hear is please. Get me through another day and night without you. I never thought this would be my life without you. I've only got myself to blame for what I'm going through. Please get me through another day and night without you, without you, without you, without you. We all live alone with our mistakes, hanging on to hope it ain't too late. While I'm waiting on a second chance, watching water slip through my hands. There's no one here to catch my tears, and every single minute feels like a million years. Please get me through another day and night without you. I never thought this would be my life without you. I've only got myself to blame for what I'm going through. Please get me through another day and night without you, without you, without you, without you. Without you heavy on my mind, wish I knew how to leave you behind. Please get me through another day and night without you. I never thought that this would be my life without you. I've only got myself to blame for what I'm going through. Please get me through another day and night without you, without you, without you, without you. I know the bottle won't apologize.
I really love how we've come full circle. We started out with my friend Jean Garcia from Heartland Adult and Teen Challenge with a great number. So if you missed the beginning of this show and you are struggling, there's a great 1-800 number, toll-free number that you can call to get some affordable recovery help. And that is a young lady. Her name is Kimberly Dawn, and she's just fantastic. Kent Wells produces her. She's got a brand new single coming out called Dear, D-E-E, Dear, like as in John Deere, but it's Dear John. And we're going to hear from that. That's July 29th is when that is coming out. We're going to try to get her live on the show during that time. And I just wanted to share a little bit about her, and we will have her on the show as a live guest, just like we did Twitty and Lynn, coming up in the next few weeks before her video debuts. Oh, guys, I hope you have a great weekend. Heat advisory still in Middle Tennessee, wherever you are. I hope that you stay cool. Watch out for people that are elderly, maybe that are in your friend group or your family group or your people group, and make sure that they're okay. Make sure that they are out there. If you're out doing activities, know that the signs of heat stroke are things like dizziness, disorientation, nausea, and that kind of thing. So make sure that you take care of yourselves. It's hot. And I know I don't need to tell you that, but watch out for those people who might not have everything all together. And, if you have our unhoused community and you can do something to help, ice water helps. So give some nice cold water. I always say, if you have a little cooler, keep some in. If you see somebody, give them some water and invite them to just be kind to each other. And most of all, what I want you to remember, and the takeaway from this show each and every day, is to remember that you are loved. You are loved. You are loved. Have a great rest of your day, everybody. Great weekend.
Nothing like the sunrise with your coffee in the morning, or taking a good book off the shelf. Another thing I love the most than being on my own is together with everybody else. Together, like it's Southern Sunday summers. Together, on my front porch with my friends. Together with who's ever there, standing next to me. Yeah, together is my favorite place to be.